Hi everyone, I am LEV and I want to welcome you to my new YouTube channel, Mrs.Fashionista. Now, I know you're looking at the title and thinking, wow, this is going to be another channel about celebrity fashion, makeup, and all that stuff. You're only partially correct. What Miss.Fashionista is about is, mostly it's dedicated to women who have mental illness. I'm talking bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, depression, anything and everything. If it messes with your mind, this is the channel for you. I know that sounds weird, but we all know that's how it goes. Now, like I said, this is dedicated to women and women empowerment. But if you're a guy and you know someone, or your wife, girlfriend, whomever, is suffering from mental illness, this is a good channel for them to watch, because I draw from personal experience regarding how things in society have affected me and how I feel about myself and how it affects you on the outside. Now, if you have issues going on in your brain, it's going to affect how you feel about yourself. And if you are obsessed with pop culture and celebrities and all that, you're going to look at them and think, they're better than me. They look better than me. But we all know that's not the case. If you look recently, Demi Lovato, Amy Winehouse, there was some going on in the head. Amy Winehouse, as far as I know, was dealing with depression, and she was a recovering alcoholic and decided to start drinking again, and thus died of alcohol poisoning. Demi Lovato recently came out as having eating disorders and dealing with depression as well, and we all know she almost died of a heroin overdose, I believe, back in July. Now, just looking at those two cases, you know that the celebrity life is not what magazines want you to believe it is. And that's the thing, is women with mental illness, we tend to take things personally. If we see somebody that we like and think their lives are perfect, I want to be just like them. But if you look a little deeper, you realize that's not always the case. And so this is what this channel is about you, about mental illness, about how you feel about yourself. And I'm also going to have reviews of clothing and makeup and stuff that help you make you feel good about yourself, because that's what this is all about. If you don't feel good on in the inside, it's not going to reflect on the outside. And I can tell you from personal experience that that's kind of the way it goes. And I also want to tell you that these are only going to be edited to a certain degree. I mean, this is all raw. If I mess up, I mess up. And it's not going to be perfect, because I'm not perfect. And I think if you want to portray yourself as perfect on your channel, that's just fine. But I'm not going to, because it's high time we chuck the idea of perfection and dealt with the way we are, our imperfections. Because we all know that imperfection is reality. So, this is my first video, as you can tell, because I'm stuttering all over the place. But I also have a blog on WordPress. I have handles on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff that I will put in the description below. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, because this is kind of my diary to things that I've experienced, and maybe you've experienced too, that you're thinking, I'm alone, nobody else feels this way. But you know what, that's crap, because as we all know, everybody does. They just don't want to talk about it. And that's another part of my goal, is to end the stigma of mental illness because basically it's part of the Me Too movement in a way, because if you've had sexual issues in your past, it's going to affect you regardless if you want to admit it. And I also want to say that if you read my blog, you will find that I'm going to speak the truth, and any and all opinions are my own and do not reflect on anybody else. So if I post something that you deem sensitive and inappropriate, rest assured that's just how I see it. I only speak for myself. I speak from my experience. I don't speak from anybody else. I draw experiences from other people, how I've seen the situation and all that fun stuff. Plus, all my topics are based on what I experience in life as well as my Facebook feed. In fact, a lot of the stories you find have come from my Facebook feed. And yeah, so I hope you found this somewhat enlightening, somewhat helpful, knowing that there is somebody who is on your side, will always be on your side, and not going to shy away at conformity, because I've never gone with the crowd. I will never go with the crowd. And I hope you feel the same way. And if you don't, if you want to just learn, that's fine. I am all for teaching people about the darker side of life, so to speak, the part that people don't want to hear about. But guess what? It's got to be talked about, because if we don't, things are just going to get worse from here on out. And I would rather educate those who want to learn, rather than the people who go somewhere on a mental illness page and just talk shit and say, no, you can't have this problem because I don't suffer from it. There was actually a Facebook thread I was on. It was talking about loud music. And I said, if you have your music on loud enough through the headphones that I can hear it and it causes a panic attack, that's on you. Because the thread was pretty much, if you have your music on loud and someone can hear it and ask you to turn it down, your response should be to tell them to fuck you and turn it up louder. Well, number one, that damages your hearing. And number two, if your music is causing someone health issues, then you probably shouldn't be doing it unless you want to cause them to have a panic attack. And a lot of times, loud music or loud noises in general can cause panic attacks. I have actually had triggers from hearing the F-bomb because I don't like hearing that word. And if I do say it on this, it's only because I'm really mad about something. Normally, you will not hear me cuss on this channel because I don't like it and I'm tired of it. But back to what I was talking about before. Someone actually had the balls to tell me, you can't have a panic attack from hearing loud music. I'm going, how do you know? You don't know what's going on in my head. I appreciate your opinion, but don't tell me what I can't feel just because you don't experience it yourself. So anyway, I'm done with my rambling, and I hope you found this somewhat enlightening, and I hope to see you in the next video, whenever that is. I plan on doing these either daily or monthly, whenever I find a topic that I find to be interesting and needing to be spoken about. So, yeah, everybody have a great week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!